So, how many of you here have had tuberculosis, polio, whooping cough? Well, probably none of you, since vaccines have been around as early as the 19th century. Some other vaccinations being developed at this time were typhoid, cholera, plague, smallpox, and rabies. The current system as we know it for developing, testing, and regulating vaccines occurred during the 20th century, as the groups involved standardized their procedures and regulations. However, no real regulation of vaccine production existed until July 1st, 1902, when the U.S. Congress passed what they called an Act to Regulate the Sales of Viruses, Serums, Toxins, and Analogous Products, later referred to as the Biologics Control Act. Vaccine development is a long, complex process, often lasting 10 to 15 years. Vaccines are made from the same germs that cause the disease. The disease is active but is weakened or altered, so it does not cause illness. These can also be called attenuated viruses. The attenuated virus is injected into the skin and introduces the virus to the body so that it develops an immunity to that virus and future run-ins with that same virus. Now here's a quote from famous TV personality and wise Dr. Oz. Modern medicine now provides protection against twice as many deadly, disabling diseases. That's a good thing. For instance, there is now protection against 3 different forms of bacterial meningitis. Infectious diseases are everywhere. No one can predict when a child will be exposed. And even in the era of modern medicine, when someone becomes infected with a vaccine-preventable disease, it is usually too late or there is nothing to treat the infection. Prevention is key. So I have had plenty of experiences with vaccines, such as the tetanus shot, which is given when there's a deep puncture from a knife or a nail, and it can even be infected through a tiny scratch. I have had the misfortune of experiencing both of stepping on a nail and being stabbed by a knife due to my own carelessness and clumsiness. But I have yet to catch the tetanus virus because of the tetanus vaccine, so I'm very thankful for that. Now, vaccines are given at an early age because certain diseases are more serious for infants and young children. For example, up to 60% of severe diseases caused by influenza type B occurs in children under 12 months of age. Of children under 6 months of age who get pertussis, also known as whooping cough, 72% must be hospitalized, and 84% of all deaths from pertussis are among children less than 6 months of age. With the invention of vaccines, a child has a 90 to 100% chance of being protected from a disease. Now imagine if a person outside the US came to visit and was infected with the measles. That is a single case of infection. Now if that person were to go to a major city where everybody received their scheduled vaccinations, both children and adults, the likeliness of that one person infecting others would be low, or none at all. So the idea behind vaccinations is prevention. So the next time you're waiting in a hospital office to get your scheduled vaccine, just remember that you're not only saving your life, but the lives of others. And it may not be fun, but it will be worth it. It's worth a shot.